Okay, so before I forget and get any farther, I got a great deal on this bad boy. It's an RG350DX, and it's just like the RG I used to have. I'm not sure what model it was, but it didn't have a pick guard, and it had two singles mounted in the body and a humbucker in the bridge. And just standard dots instead of these shark fins. So if anybody can tell me what that is, it would be cool to check out. Now, my parts came in today, so that's why I got this all fixed up. I bought it, and the guy tried to tell me that it was the Floyd Rose was supposed to be just wedged in there, the arm, so you can see, which it was. But it was missing this, which I ordered, and it didn't have the locking nuts, which I had. I have a set of locking nuts that I figured no big deal, but they're too small. So I had to buy some of these to fit. So now that they're in, I can finally take this apart and clean it up, because it's absolutely filthy from head to toe. The frets, it has been played. The frets aren't bad. There's a couple little dips, but I don't think I'm gonna get into a fret job right now. I'm just gonna shine them up because they're hideous. The pickups are looking hideous. I plugged it in and it does make sound, and there's no crackling and scratching, so that was a good sign. And these string holders here, they were absolutely corroded to hell, and I kind of scraped away at them to clean them up a bit. No big deal, but they look way better than they did. So that's my mission. I'm just about to pull the pick guard off, and I'll show you the inside when I see it. Okay, so here we are. We got the pick guard off, as I suspected. More bastardization. So you can see these are how you lock the strings in, and they're all corroded and gross. These are the screws that were in the pick guard. Pretty much every size you can think of, and every different type of screw from a guitar holding the pick guard in. The whole thing, look at the color. Ugh. I really wish I could get that cream color out. I want to have it back to white. The whole thing smells like tobacco and sweat, which is nasty. So man, that's gross. So oh yeah, it's well, that's interesting. The serial number says this is a November 2000 guitar, and the neck is saying it's an August 2000. Huh. And it hasn't been shielded or anything like that. No big deal. For pots, everything looks pretty original. It looks like at some point somebody was doing something. These, I'm not sure if these are Ibanez pickups. They don't look like, they're definitely not the Infinities, because they don't say Infinity on the front. So you can tell they say nothing except screaming, "I'm dirty, I'm dirty." And I don't know what that is. So yeah, cheapy switch. You can see the soldering has been modified. Come on, focus. Soldering has been modified. Pots look original. Everything looks original. Though I don't know about these pickups, and they're only going to stay in for a little while. I think I'm probably going to change them out. I've got an EMG set I might put in here, or I might go with some DiMarzios. I don't know yet. The least I have to spend right now, the better. Right now I just want to get it cleaned up and playing, Oh my god, I wish that was white. It's hard to tell in this light. Yeah, look at the color difference. That's the original color versus now color. If it was only white. That's what I wanted. Look at that, more disgustingness. So we're gonna get this cleaned up. I'm gonna shine up those frets. I haven't even checked if the truss rod works. Everything seems to be okay, so I assume it's good. The neck is good. And we're gonna clean it up. We're gonna start getting some strings on it, and we'll do a setup. Okay, quick update. Boom! It's like a different guitar already. I cleaned this up as best I could. Same with the pickups. I had these odd black knobs that would look great on here because eventually I think I'm going to change this pick guard. And I also changed this switch tip. The other one had, it looked like it was melted fingerprint in it, which was horrible. And I oiled up the fretboard. Nice. As for the frets, I went over them with a Scotch-Brite pad to clean them up. It did the job on most of them except for down here. There's a little bit. It's still kind of gross, you can see there. Still a little bit, but eventually when I get to a fret dress, that'll be all gone. And I got the inside cleaned up, put back together. I finally got the trim arm thing pressed in. It was a little bit of a bitch because my C-clamp is garbage. So there's that. And the other thing about this guitar is it has 3 completely different springs, which I think I have springs somewhere. I'm going to throw them in here. So they got new matching springs, but like everything about this guitar has been bastardized and mismatched. From the screws on the scratch plate to the back to the springs to the strings. It was a mess, but we're getting there. Let me set this down. So the next thing to do would be to throw some strings on it. I'm gonna give it another wipe down. I just gave it a quick clean with a cleaning wipe, but I'm gonna polish it up a little bit too. And I have a phone call in like 15 minutes, so I can't get too far into this because Floyd Rose setups are not quick. So I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Have my phone call, come back to it in a little while, get some strings on it. Next time you see it, there'll be some strings on it, and we'll be getting the setup happening and see what we're dealing with then. Other than that, everything's going pretty smooth. Looks great. Feels great. Yeah, there's a spot in the back of the neck I'd like to clean up, but alright, here we go. Okay, a few seconds for you, almost a week for me, but we're there. The reason it took so long is I was fighting with the setup. So the reason it took so long was I was fighting the setup because of the springs that I had. So I ordered new springs and I had to wait for those to come in, and it took me like 2 days before I could actually put them in, and another 2 days to set it up again, make sure everything was good. But we just finished, so we got official noiseless Floyd Rose springs in the back. Everything's all nice and tightened up. I put those springs in it, and I did that earlier today, and I still had a problem. It was just going out of tune even if it was locked, and I fought and fought and fought Didn't know what the hell was wrong with it. Turns out that after tightening everything up, these guys here for the nut, one was a little loose and one was a lot more loose. So once I tightened those down, when I pulled in, pressed on the whammy bar, it stopped clicking. It was making this clicking noise. So if I dive bombed when the bar came back, everything was flat. And if I pulled up on the whammy bar and let it go, everything was sharp. But it clicked either way. If I pushed down, it would click. If I raised it, it would click. And yeah, that was fun for a bit. But I got it sitting there resting right now. I had to go back and tweak the truss rod because I didn't like the relief in the neck. I left a little bit too much, so now it's where I like it. It's at 10 thousandths. And everything's good and tight. Everything's clean. Mostly, I'm going to try another... Actually, I didn't polish it yet. I cleaned it, but I didn't polish it yet. I'm going to try and show you this if you can see. Come on. Let's see if I can darken it. See that spot right there? That's like in the paint. It's a dirty spot. Let's see. See that? I wish it would focus. It looks like a dirty handprint or something, but it's in the paint where it didn't clean off. So I'm gonna try maybe use a Scotch-Brite pad or something, kind of scrape away at it, clean it up. Well, we got perfect setup here. Check it out. And it sounds great. I was playing it a couple times over the past week, and it feels just like home, just like my old one. Absolutely love these guitars. The neck is so comfortable. I can show you some of the rashes it got. Let's see, I had to fix that up. That jack was mangled. I had to put a new nut on that. Fix that. Like I said, I changed the switch tip. I changed the knobs just for aesthetics and cleanliness. I did adjust the pickups at one point, but I'm definitely going to do that again because I didn't like where they were. What else do we do? Let's see, got some minor scuffs and scrapes. Some wear. It reminds me so much of my old one, except it was a lot more white. This is like a cream color. Still great though. I love just looking at it. I set it up in my bedroom and it's the first thing I see when I get up. Just like my old one. It's exactly what I did with my old one. Fretboard's looking great now that it got a little drink. It's not dry and filthy anymore. Yeah, the next thing I gotta do is these little bolts here for the clamps. The clamps that I ordered, so yeah, these are new, but they didn't come with these. So these are the old ones I have off the ones that are too small, and they're worn inside. So like one of them, they take two different Allen keys, and this one's worn more than this one, and this one's a smaller one. It's just a mess. But you get the idea. It serves its purpose for now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get silver ones. My other Ibanez had a black one, a silver one, and a black one. I wanted the silver ones, the clamps, but I couldn't get them. I can only get the black ones the quickest. And you can order these in black or silver too separately. So maybe I'll just get silver there, make it look cool. So yep, everything's all good to go. We're ready. I'm gonna check it in a few and make sure it's still sitting in tune once it's rested a little more, and then we'll just play. Not sure what I'm gonna play. I'd love to shred on it, but I end up playing a lot of the old stuff I used to play, and I don't want to deal with copyright right now. So, oops. Yeah, there we go. So we'll I'll let it rest a little bit more. Probably gonna take a shower. We'll come back and we'll jam out. Give you a little taste of what it sounds like. Okay, so there it is. Nothing, nothing fancy, crazy, or nothing. Just a little sound thing. You see me messing around with my trem arm here. So, because it was crammed in there before when I got it, the reason I had to replace this, one, because it was missing the piece off the back, and two, because the threads were crushed at the top, so this never threaded all the way down. And I'm assuming that because of that it damaged some of the threads in here, and I can't tighten this properly. It'll tighten, but it comes loose like right away, and doesn't look like there's anything in here that I can change. There's a little washer in there, but that's on the back side of the stopper. It doesn't affect it. So sorry. So I'm probably gonna have to get another trem arm, but it works. It doesn't stay tight. It wants to be loose, and it keeps loosening itself. So that's been a pain in the ass. But see, that's as tight as I can get it. And then if I go around when it's tight, it kind of tightens up a little bit. But as soon as I use it again, it starts getting loose. See, let's see. So that's going to get changed out, and like I said, these locking things, it's set up in E flat with my usual D'Addario 10s, and yeah, like I said, started getting Floyd Rose parts. Pickups are, as far as I know, they're original. I'm going to look into this. I'm going to probably email Ibanez and ask them, because I'm curious about those. This middle pickup sounds great. It sounds amazing. The single coil. These pickups sound good also, where I wouldn't even want to change them. But I'm curious as to what they are, because all this other stuff has been changed. I'm wondering if some of these parts ended up from the Ibanez that I sold, because this guitar reminds me of it so much. This trem is definitely better than the one I had on mine. But other than that, she looks great, she feels great, she plays great, she sounds great. I absolutely love these guitars. These are probably my favorite guitar. And we went through no pedals, nothing. I just went into the DSL because I already had stuff set up here from another date. So it was just easier to turn on. It's DSL 40C. And I don't know, if you want settings or anything like that, message me and I'll reply to your comment in the description. What else can I think of? Yeah, the trem arm needs to be replaced, and these little screwy bolts here. The pick guard, I'm still undecided. As you can see, it's a Perloid pick guard. Kind of like it. I will probably change it, but to what? because my Ibanez was just white, like I said. It was 2 single coils, which were mounted in the neck and middle, and then it had a humbucker in the bridge, and no pickguard. So I'll put a picture of that in here too. I'll show some pictures of before and after with this guitar, and this first picture I'll show you my old Ibanez I had. So that's my baby. Or was my baby. I had that from about 2005 or 6, something like that, to 2010. I think early 2010 is when I sold Abby, my Ibanez. And yeah, missed it ever since. Until now, when I got this one. I didn't really have the money for it. It was an excellent price considering what they're going for. I said I'm never going to find another white Ibanez, especially with shark tooth, because mine just had dots. Especially with the shark tooth inlays, bound neck. I absolutely love it. I said I'm never going to find another one that close again. Buy it now. So you know how that goes. So I did. And no buyer's remorse, nothing. I'm absolutely in love with this guitar. And you heard it, so anything else, leave me a comment. I'll get back to you. Yep, the Ibanez RG350DX from 2000. So it's 20 years old. Next month, 20 years old. Last month, the neck turned 20. Alright, take it easy.